Okay, I'm going to welcome Virginia here today. We're going to do a reading. I'm reading from a lost loved one she has on the other side. And thank you everyone for joining us today and whoever's scheduled. But we are.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, did you get a list of questions or anything together? Or
I did.
okay. So we'll just go ahead and connect. I'm going to speak with your brother.
Yes, ma'am.
And his name is again?
James.
James? Okay. Okay. And what is the first question you have today for James?
I want to know if he's happy.
Okay. My soul is free, and I am learning to deal with struggles I carry over. At this time, I am understanding that I have caused a lot of pain for the family, and I need to say I am sorry. I am unhappy that I have caused some pain, and that's something he's trying to work through because we didn't, this is interesting. But it's like he just needs to clear the peace on this with you guys. And so I think we're going to go deeper into this for a moment.
Okay.
So you can understand what he was going through. Okay.
Yeah.
My pain was something I didn't deal with in the way I should have, but it was hard for me to get away from the pills that I had taken for some time. I didn't mean to get addicted. However, it was something that happened. I truly missed out on a lot of my life because I had this addiction. I feel like I let you all down, and I want you to understand how sorry I am for hurting you and the pain my family has suffered. It's not an easy thing to understand unless you have been there. And I don't want to make excuses. I just want everyone to understand how sorry I am for the pain I have created. I need you to know how much I love this family. the family, and I don't want you to suffer forever. Need to understand. I was not myself, and I did things I am not proud of, and now everyone has to suffer. I am hoping you will be able to forgive me and know how much I love everyone in the family. Okay. I guess this is something that needed to come out with you for whatever reason. You feel safe with that. It didn't really come out. I know I did a reading for your mother and it didn't really come out. So that's interesting. Does that make sense to you, what he's saying? Do you have any questions about it? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Hello? I can't hear you. Okay, sorry about this, guys. I'm gonna have to call her back, whoever is watching. See if we can't get this to go through. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue and do the reading from what's coming in, because without questions, and then I'll just send her a copy because I can't reach her. Okay, what else is going on that you want to say? After helped to understand what I was going through, I met my grandmother, who I spent time with as she explained what happened. Hello. Okay, so I was going ahead. There is a part in there. He did come through, and I was going to just finish it without questions, but I'm glad you called back. There is a little part in here. When you watch it, you'll see a message that came in. But what other questions did you have? He was talking about, I guess I should tell you a little bit about it. He was talking about, he met your grandmother, and she on the other side to understand what was going on, because his state of consciousness was not clear. And so she was explaining what was going on, but she was there for him. Let's see what else he has to say. I gave my heart to a lot of people in my life, but I have always been close to, I guess he's talking to you. I didn't always do everything right, but I tried to be a good brother to you. I know you were always there for me, and it's been hard to see you struggle. I've watched and I know that you are going through a lot yourself, but I need you to know that you're going to be okay. It's definitely what?
Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm here. What? Listen, I'm going to have you text me questions and I'm going to answer them online. Okay. Can you do that? I'm going to text you this. Okay. We're going through a lot here. Sorry, guys. Anyone watching? And we'll get whatever messages for her too. Okay. While we're waiting for her to text me a message, what else? Being a good person is something I always tried to do. I wanted my family to know. She's gonna call me back. Hello. I know. I text you. If you want to just text me the messages and I'll answer them online on the video. Do you want to, in case we keep getting cut off?
Where we're supposed to be at when we have, we're in town now, so we have a lot of signal.
Oh, so you are ready. Okay. Okay. Well, let's try this in. Okay. Go ahead with your next question, if you'd like.
So a couple of nights after he passed, before his funeral, I don't know if it was like a day or two after he passed away. Nobody there at all. And was he confused? Was he just trying to come and see us? Like, did he know that he had passed at that time?
Okay. Did you know? It was me, and I was confused and out of my consciousness. I returned home because I thought I was.
Yeah.
He was, because when he went over, there was a lot of, he didn't know what was going on. And that's what he said early in the video. So that's, remember about that. Something happened that I need to talk about. Okay. I left my body and was in the hospital, but I didn't believe I was dead. I followed them. I followed them. Was it the hospital or something? He followed you guys home also from somewhere. And from where? After everything happened, I was taken and I left my body. So he left his body and out of his body. He left his body. Even was he in the hospital? They took him somewhere. Did he go to the hospital? What? It may have been the morgue. Wherever his body was, he's saying that what? Was that at the hospital or was that just at the morgue? Okay, so it was a morgue then. Okay, he's saying he didn't believe it because he felt alive. He was in a strange state of consciousness, and he was away from it a bit. But he did try. He came to your home a few times, or he felt his energy, and he was so confused. I figured it out when when your grandmother came for him, is that she had to help him get straight on what was going on because he didn't understand. It was because of the drugs. Okay, that's interesting. What other questions? Go ahead.
Would he be able to tell me if his body was moved?
It was. I was having convulsions, and they didn't want me to die in the house, so took me outside. It was something I couldn't control because I had been overdosed before, but as like a seizure or convulsions were happening, and they took him out because they didn't want him in the house to die because they'd get in trouble, is what he's saying. It was the people who lived in the house. It's not that okay, let's see, what are you saying? It's not them. It's the people that are saying they didn't do anything wrong. It is the friends or something are the ones that really moved him. They may have said it was people in the house. Somebody but it was actually the friends because I am getting. So it was actually, and they probably didn't do anything wrong. The friends.
Who was the friend?
There were two people that, the ones that came to the house, I feel like it's the two. It's not the, is it one or two? One. Oh, it's one. Two moved you. Yes. It's, they get caught in this situation, they will have a lot of took him there. That person, and they're saying that they have a lot to answer for. That's what you're saying. It's not that they forced me, but they about the fentanyl. So I don't know if he knew about the fentanyl himself, but they knew. He says that they have a lot to answer for, the people that took him there. I believe that they didn't realize what would happen, but they also didn't warn me. He wouldn't have done it, he's saying. This is interesting. Do you have any questions on that? That's strange. Are you there?
I just want to know, like, what's it? Can you ask him if it was Breon that took him there? Did they help move his body?
I'm getting yes with that. Yes. It's not that anyone, you're there, obviously. They're not going to give you the whole story.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get themselves in trouble. But it's saying, yes. Why is there anything else? I didn't know what they were doing because I had been around them, but I didn't trust them. And that day I went there in a bad way. And then I didn't stop myself from drugs, but I didn't also know what was in the drugs. He said he did not know. I don't know, that's his biggest point, is like he may have went and got some drugs, okay, and have known that part, but he honestly did not know. And that's coming up again, so you know he did not know that was in there. And and I think these other people did know, and that's what he's upset about. That's why he's upset, and the point's so strong. He's like really strong about this. It's like, I didn't mean this to happen, I'm so sorry. Yes, I had some issues. I was not perfect, but I did not think this would happen. Okay. And he's really sorry for the pain he caused because of that. So interesting.
Does he know that we would have done anything for him?
Bridget loved me so much. You and Mom always made sure I was okay, even when I wasn't being the person I should have been. You always checked on me and made sure I was doing okay. Both of you gave more love than I probably deserved, but I am so grateful for the love I received. He does know. He wanted to say all the rest of that, though. Did you hear all that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes the messages are not, exactly as I want, but they come in how they come in. Because he had something more to say. What else? I know there was something strange that happened to, I think it was maybe one of your relatives that didn't get a job or got fired because of him dying or something. Is that right?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, you were the one that was fired? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, didn't you have some questions about that that we wanted to get into? Or about that job? I mean, was that he works there with you, or?
He did work there, but he worked at a different part. It was the Comanche tribe. We both worked for the same company, a different school. He worked at a school, and I worked at the actual tribe.
And they fired you because he died?
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so I went to work 2 days after, but I had COVID, and I had to be off for another week after being off for 3 days because they only gave me 3 days agreement. And once I got back from having COVID, they fired me.
What was your question on that?
I had that question in there. It's was it because did they get rid of me because of the TA wanted me gone?
Okay. Everything they was because they really didn't like the way I accept you because you were always they felt like I'm just going to say what he's telling me here. They felt like it was a way to get rid of you. I hate to say this, but they said that he's saying that they bitched about you complaining or something a lot. I don't know. This is what he's telling me. If that makes sense to you. That's the excuse they were using, and always show up on time or something. I don't know. They said there were other things but they used his death and the COVID and the way he died, and they just got rid of you. They felt like there was other things that they were using for for why they fired you, though. It wasn't just that, but I don't know. Did you have sometimes that hadn't been there?
Yeah. I never missed a day. I was always early.
That may have been what they told then, put in your, I don't know if they put it in the report or something. They tried to use something like they had issue with you. Like there was something, like they felt like you complained a lot or whatever. They might have put it in your report like, oh, she's missed all this work, she's late a lot or whatever. They may have said something like that, may not have been true, but then that's what I got they put in there. And they took this opportunity to get rid of you, which is horrible. What do you want to say about that? Let's see. It's you. He says that's a divine thing good for you. There's something better for you coming up. And have you already got something else?
I actually work with a bellman now.
Okay. He said for you it was the best there. I don't know if there's like, what the negativity is there, but there was negative energy there. And maybe that's why you always felt, if you did feel like you were in confrontations with people a lot, he said the energy there. So
it was the TA is the one that she always felt like she was better, or always talking about people there, and even the just different tribal members that would come in, she would always have something smart to say about them.
Well, so she's the real problem, but they're not getting rid of her. And
yeah.
So he's saying for you, this is way better. She is not good for you to be around. Okay, that place was not for you. And I'm getting the feeling, and he's saying yes, that it's like you went through all this, and it's like the divine came in and helped with the getting you out of there. So it's a blessing that you're out of there. So out of there, because this lady, I think she might even lie, or she is gossipy, but she's just negative. And that's why I think she even made up stuff about you. Just being honest.
Yeah.
So you're blessed.
I wouldn't doubt it.
What else? Do you want to say anything else? Let me tell you something. I am watching over you, and fun, but I am so excited to be around you and bringing things in that you some different I'm bringing some, I don't know, is that what he's saying? Yes. Okay, he is saying something about money, but he said the word dinero, I think. I don't know why, but this is how I heard it. Did he use that word, dinero? I don't know why I'm hearing this.
I don't know.
I know, it's weird. I know it was weird, but okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, he is bringing in divine guidance. Was the D? He is bringing in money, because I was hearing dinero too. But he is around you to help you get real clear with your own guidance, because you are open and you do see things already. Like, what's I mean, you knew that was him at the door. You just, these things that are happening around you. And he's saying he's coming, and he's going to be a guide for you also, to help you, in your life, to with some of the things that, like, I think he brought in this job. Is that true? Yes. He wanted you to work somewhere different. He brought in something. It's probably fun for you, what you're doing. I don't know. Is it fun for you?
Yeah.
Is it more, because I feel like he was bringing in some different exciting things for you and good changes, but because he's working with you and you're open to that, and he can guide in a bigger picture, because he can see everything that's really going on around you. Like, you didn't see that woman maybe gossiping about you, but she would. You know what I mean? He sees the whole thing, the bigger picture, because he's on the other side. And he's saying he's going to be working with you and guiding. Just ask him. You can ask him. He'll be there anyway, but just ask him, for things to help you with, and you'll get your guidance. Are you someone who does, and you open, obviously, to readings, but are you open for yourself? Okay. So that's good.
I try to be. I talk to him, like, every time I'm in the car by myself. I feel like I'm always talking to him.
Oh, good, because he's
the
there.
Only thing is that I wish I could hear him, or I wish, something would, I wish I knew what he was saying back,
the thing is when I started this, I had I started with automatic writing. I don't know if I told you, but you couldn't get the Edgar Casey book on automatic writing, and it'll teach you how to start hearing. Okay, it teaches you. He was, Edgar Casey was one of the most famous psychics of all time, and so you open to it and open that channel. It's around you. You just haven't learned how to hear yet. And I want to ask a question about you, because you are clairaudient, so you will hear it. Maybe you don't trust what you hear, but if you start with writing, which is how I started, like I said, is like I ask a question, and then when the answer would come, it would be written like in a different handwriting. It's so weird, but it did, and I wrote a whole book on it. The book with my daughter that I channeled it, but I did it through that, and that's how I opened that channel. And he's saying he's going to be around you, and you do have clairaudience, so open that channel because you'll have it.
That's what I would love to learn.
Yeah, so try and get that book. I'm sure you can get it online. Edgar Casey, Automatic Writing.
Okay.
What else do you want to know?
Oh, last night or the night before. I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was last night, but and all of a sudden it came right back on. Was that him?
Yeah. It says that's me. He's laughing. He's so around your family, just saying, I want you to understand. I am still in energy form. I'm around all of you. And I'm here. And because if you feel like he's gone, he's just gone, and his energy's gone. I know you don't feel that way, I can tell. But I'm just saying for your family, when you allow it in, you're going to know. And then the comfort comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's never easy, but energy doesn't die. He goes on. He's just in a different form, and you will connect with that again. And he's trying to connect with you now. He's all around you. But it's just, trust. And if you started doing the writing yourself and, asking the questions, you'd be surprised what will come. You will be surprised because he's got some good information for you, good guidance for you. These on the other side. It's like this. I am connecting to you because I have a lot of energy. See, he had a big, powerful energy. Like, he's an old soul, by the way. And his energy is pretty powerful because he does have a lot of energy. It's our awareness. So he knows how to do it. Like, he knows how to use, make things, the doorbell ring, and he knows how to use his energy to turn off the TV. He knows how to use energy. He's got such a big soul. I feel like there's something about that tribe. I would like to see what he wants to say about this. And tribe is something I came from. However, the tribe has been, the tribe, the initial thing from the indigenous people and the tribes and stuff, they were very powerful in their spiritual, work. But since, for many years, they've kind of been held down in their power. And that's something also that's interesting for him on the other side is he's back to who his soul was. But a lot of this that happened with him, he was held back by power because those belief systems are not allowed to flourish necessarily, in the society. And what he's saying is that's going to come back, is what he's telling me. But he's working from the other side. He's showing you, and there may be a reconnection with some tribal. Now, are you worked for the Indian Nation, but are you part of the tribe?
I am part of the Apache tribe.
Okay.
But I still have Comanche blood.
So you have Apache and Comanche, is that right?
Yes, I'm Apache, Comanche, and Kiowa.
Okay. Well, what he's saying is later down the line, you will be reconnecting with the right people in the tribes. I don't know if it's Apache or whichever one. You haven't made that the right connection yet, right? For some reason, the way this group was set up, this tribe that you were in and working for, there was just too much darkness in it. It was like the suppression didn't allow them to explore the truth of their own spiritual beliefs, right? To the degree that they should be able to. But something is coming in for you. And that's why this other, I think it may be Apache that you connect to in the future. But it's when it's the right time, it's going to come in. He's going to help you because there is something spiritual. It's a gift that you bring through that bloodline, right? And that is going to be reconnected to you also. Okay. Because there's work to be done there's work to do for the ancestors to clear that up too. I know what work they do. I know they work with the ancestors. I get that, but it's been darkened and suppressed in some of these tribes, and that's, be healed. But you're going to be doing some work on this in the future. But right now, it's not quite time. There's a divine time for this that is coming. Okay.
Yes.
So they want you to know that, because I know with your heart, I can feel like that's very important to you, is and they're important for a reason. Okay. And what you came here to do, but that is going to be revealed to you, and he's working with you to
Yes.
Have any other questions?
Our brother is trying to get back into the picture.
What's his name?
Jason.
Jason is someone that really feels guilty because he didn't want to know me, but he realized through my death he would never get the chance now, and he is trying to come back because he doesn't want to feel this way again. He does want to have he does want to be in your family again, be a part of your family.
Yeah.
I know you're worried about it, but for whatever healing that needs to be done, what he's saying to me is, and there is a lot here with this situation. Okay. It's like, this is like a situation that has been back for a very long time, but he's saying this healing needs to be done. Okay. And when we heal the past, right? When we allow ourselves to forgive the past. Okay. But it's a blessing that's going to help you heal with his loss, but also that rift in the family. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know it's probably hard, and if you're not ready, do it when you're ready, but he's saying it's going to be okay. There's a lot of healing on both sides. I mean, even though it seems like, they caused a lot of the pain or however you were treated, the thing is they have hurt too that's going to get healed, and it needs to be done for both,
Yeah.
And so be open to it, but don't jump into it till you're ready. And when forgiveness comes, it will be a beautiful sides. And he does want that. It wasn't time during the funeral time. It's time now. when you're ready. If you aren't ready, you're in conflict, during that time. But that's why they, it'll happen in the future. Okay. And it's okay. I mean, even if he's not somebody you really want to be around at this point, realize this is about healing the pain that was caused on both sides and getting to know things. And it'll be good. And he wants his side of the story shared with this brother that comes in. Your brother who passed wants this side,
Yeah.
So take your time and be ready, because it will be beautiful in the end, because it'll heal your hearts. Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
How come he doesn't go to mom yet still? Like we don't dream about him. We don't. She doesn't see anything.
Yeah, she can't hear me because she can't. She has going through for her is very deep. She hasn't truly even really accepted it. And she has to go through these processes because she's blocked. There's so much pain in her. She just can't yet, but it will come. It will come. But she's not there yet. She's got to go through this. She's got to get to acceptance. And I mean, it's still fairly new, and it does take a while. And, obviously, I didn't really start channeling with my daughter for a year. And after a year, I was like, it's the only way I'm going to heal. I'm going to start doing this. It takes time, because it's almost too painful if she really feels in there, or whatever. She's got a block there because she's got so much pain. It's like a, double-edged sword on that for her. And he will come in the dreams. Allow yourselves to grieve. This is so new that you've got to go through the processes, and then it all comes together. That's a healing process. And, you got to go through those steps of grief. You just do. I think it would be, I don't know if she goes to some grief counseling or like grief, groups of loss of a child. It might be good for her. What?
She's in some groups on Facebook, but she doesn't go and actually talk to anybody.
Well, that might be good. That still might be good, but it's like, in fact, it'd be a better way probably, because sometimes, sit in those groups. I did it a couple times and it about killed me sitting in those groups, but it's been better, when it's not so confronting in my face in the past.
Yeah.
But it, the truth is, and I know, believe me, I know where you guys are coming from, and it takes that time, and you have to allow yourself to go through it. And I'm sorry for your loss, because it's not easy. It's not easy to go through that kind of pain. It's just not. You're in excruciating pain, and there's no outlet to make it better, except for walking through the steps of this pain.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. And sometimes it helps when you can talk a little bit, and when you can learn, some things that help you, maybe do some automatic writing. It'll help, some of that healing process. One thing I did do, I'll throw this out there for you too, that was very helpful, is I became biggest steps in healing me was going and taking class and becoming a Reiki master, because there were some beautiful experiences in there, and you learn to speak to the other side. I did anyway in the class I was in. It was part of it. So think about some of those things, and God bless you. I know it's never easy, but I see some positive energy around you as you go through the experience. Of course, you got to go through the steps, but I see some really beautiful growth too for you.
Okay.
In your healing. Okay, well, you have a blessed day, and hopefully this helped a little bit. And
it does. Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Once my brother passed away, my oldest daughter, she she took it really, really hard, and I feel like she's going down instead of up.
What's her name?
Alicia.
Okay. Be careful with her in the sense she is a sensitive. Okay. So because she's a sensitive, like, which is like an empath, and somebody who is very sensitive, it does traumatize them more. And she is a sensitive. So she needs, it says, be careful with her in the sense, be there and understand she may need to do some healing also. Trauma. I think it's either on my YouTube channel or on Facebook, but there's a trauma release video on there, on one of those. And, it's just a little thing that you do, when you release the trauma. Try that with her and you, if you can, because trauma, she is, when you're sensitive, anything that happens to you in your life is like in your back, that sword, carrying it with you until you learn how to take it out. And she is a sensitive, and that's why you're seeing her go down. She does need to do some healing and some maybe talking about it. I don't know what kind of therapy she could get or whatever, or just some sort of healing. Somebody she needs to talk to work through her emotions. Okay. Be real careful and be aware of that, because she is a sensitive, and she's going to have this throughout her whole life. Is like, something happens to her and might happen to someone else, but because she's a sensitive, it'll affect her deeper, if that makes sense. So, if she can learn these skills of how to release her traumas at a young age, be very helpful for her life. It really would. To death, someone you love is a big trauma. And so check that out if you can, and, try and work with her and watch her, and see how her behaviors go, because unhealed trauma, obviously may, get people leading into doing things that are not the best, for themselves, to hurt themselves. How old is she?
She just turned 18.
Oh, okay, good. Then she can definitely do that trauma release. And okay, yeah, definitely look at it for yourself first, maybe, and then maybe sit down with her and do it. It take very long. It's just, and it's free, and anything to help. So try some of that with her, because switch somebody, and like sometimes people take up new addictions when they go through a trauma. Obviously that happens a lot, so really work with her on that if you can. Okay, well, sending you lots of loves, and hopefully this is great. And
all right, thank you.
All right, have a great day. All right, bye.
You too. Bye. Bye.
Bye.